Creating scorecards in Standard Scorecards Plus. Scorecards can be created in Standard Scorecards Plus, which is considered our level 2 of technology in scorecard making. When creating scorecards in Standard Scorecards Plus, all types of scorecards can be created in here. An 18-hole scorecard, a scramble scorecard, individual team events can be scorecard here, a championship scorecard, and a 9-hole scorecard. If we choose the 18-hole scorecard, we can determine how many players or how we want to create the scorecard by selecting by hole or tee time, by team, 2 or 1 people per card. Our options are narrow or wide, and we could do 2 per page. We can highlight the shotgun starting hole, include information with a text box at the bottom of the scorecard, do special shading for every 3 holes, add the top row center as a watermark, or if we're doing quota points, we do display quota. The biggest difference between the Standard Scorecard Plus and our standard scorecards is that you get to design the scorecard based on your needs. After the scorecard design has been created, we can go to player options and determine how we want to show the players' names. Do we want to add an additional column here, such as column S1, 2, or 3, or the player's index or handicap? We can show that on the scorecard next to the player's name. When dotting the scorecard, do we want to dot all 18 holes, front 9, back 9, base it off the low person's handicap, or add half dots if we want to? We can choose that information. Do we want to hide the player's handicap for any reason? We can do that as well. Our player row options allows you to set up the scorecard up to 10 lines, and you can put the player's information in any order that you want. By selecting the down arrow, you have different areas to choose here, such as player team names, a special row for team handicap, or in any order. For example, if we want to go player 1, and he's going to play a little match against player 3, and player 2 is going to play a little match against player 4, we can then add this information in any order that we want. And if we add a highlight row to both sections, we can actually add match play for this event against both people if we like to. Let's keep it simple. We're just going to go back to player 2, player 3, and player 4 in the traditional order, and we're going to add a highlight row on row 6. So once again, you have 10 rows you can add to the scorecard based on the information by hitting the down arrows. Last, we can select the tees that they're playing from, up to 4 sets of tees, setting the yardage, par, and handicap for every set of tees if necessary for all 4 sets of tees. We're going to select 1 set of tees to display, and then we're going to create the scorecards for our event. Now that the scorecard has been created, we can make additional changes to the scorecard. Some more features about Standard Scorecards Plus is that all the fonts, watermarks, and colors are located on the toolbar right above the scorecard. If we choose to add watermarks, clicking on watermarks allows us to drop the logo in wherever we'd like. If we add the facility logo, you'll notice that the logo is now added to both scorecards. We can move these locations if we want. We can lighten the darkness of it. We can make any change that we want to this logo or move it to any location that we'd like. Changing the fonts under Standard Scorecards Plus gives you more locations and areas to change both the text and the row color if necessary. By selecting one of the areas in the scorecard, we can begin to make changes. If we look at player row or player text, we notice right now that some of the names look kind of small. By selecting larger, the names will grow on both scorecards. If we want to make sure that the blue stands out a little bit more, we look for the yardage of the scorecard information, and we can begin to change the row color of that information, choosing one yardage, selecting the color. Since it's a blue, we can now change the row color, and that will change to blue. Based on different printers, we have the option to separate and expand to make sure we get the fold exactly how we want. By clicking on Separation Expand, you'll notice the bottom scorecard starts to move down slightly on the page. If we need to move it back up, we can do that. So simply clicking and expanding with different types of printers, you can make changes to make sure the fold is exactly how you'd like. Standard Scorecards Plus gives you another option to quickly design, create, and make the scorecard exactly how you like. Thank you, and have a great day.